Okay, hello book friends. Today I'm here with a different kind of video and my first ever of a monthly book haul. I don't know if this type of video is going to be like a monthly thing because I really don't want to encourage myself to buy this many books in one given month. I have like maybe 20 books to talk about. So I don't want this to be a monthly thing, but there might be a monthly video or it's going to be included in a weekly reading vlog because I don't want to buy this many books each month. So I have book of the month, I have a big book haul that I did right after my wedding, and then I have some books that I ordered off of Amazon, and then one pre-order book that I have. So let's get into this book haul. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, and let's get into the video. Alright. I guess let's start with book of the month because this is going to be the quickest because there's two. Just want to look on Instagram quick because the author of the one book actually told me how to pronounce it and I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly. Let me just talk about this first. This is the book, I chose two books for book of the month in April, and the first is, let me just get the pronunciation right. This is Adelaide by Geneva Wheeler. I'm not really sure what this is about. Honestly, with most of these books, I just kind of have an idea. It says, when love asks too much of us, how do we find the strength to put ourselves first? So I'm pretty sure this is about a toxic relationship and the main character finding herself and finally putting herself first. So this is a pretty short book, so I could read this pretty quickly. So I might add this to the top of my TBR because I feel like right now in my life I could use a heart-wrenching story. So I might put this to the top of my TBR, but this was my first book of the month pick for the month of April. The next book I got from book of the month is Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld. Also not really sure what this is about, but I'm pretty sure it's a comedy writer thinks she's sworn off love until a dreamy pop star flips the script on all her assumptions. A hilarious, observant, and deeply tender novel from the best-selling author of Eligible, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Honestly, I think it's exactly what it sounds like, a romantic comedy, so I don't know. It sounded funny. It sounded good. The picks for April weren't like the best. And these are like the two books that I was like, okay, I would actually read these. The other two I was kind of like, whatever. But yes, these are my book of the month picks for April. Let's do some, I have some book mail. So let's do this first. This is a pre-order from Barnes & Noble. I know what this book is. I pre-ordered it forever ago. And I feel like I haven't shut up about this book. But the pre-order of Kismet by Becky Charleston. You already know what this is about because you've heard me talk about it forever. It's a sun-soaked debut about love, sisterhood, and destiny set in the glorious beach town of Kismet, Fire Island. This is amazing. I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram. It might be over by now, but I'm doing a couple of giveaways with this, and I actually just went to the launch party for this on April 18th, and I love Becky. Becky is my husband's like second cousin, so I love her. She's amazing. This is a great book. So if you haven't read this yet, please go do it. I think I'm going to give this copy to my mom because I have an art copy somewhere. I actually think it's over there. I think I have an art copy over there, which I'm going to keep forever because that's the first advanced copy of a book I've ever gotten. So, but I think I'm going to give this copy to my mom to read because she's been wanting to read it and I would not let her touch my art copy because I knew she would mess up the cover. But yeah, got that from Barnes & Noble. I placed an Amazon order for a couple books. Honestly, it's been a while since I've ordered these, so I kind of forgot what I chose. Alright, let's see. I got 3 books in this one package. Oh, I got Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. I've heard this is like a great series. I think there's 3 books in the series now. I don't know. Oh, it's about a murderer. I thought this was like a love story. Winslow Covington believes in life, liberty, and the letter of the law. As Quincy, Montana's new chief of police, she's determined to prove herself to the community and show them she didn't earn her position because her grandfather is the mayor. According to her pops, all she has to do is earn favor with the Edens, but winning over the town's founding family might have been easier if not for her one-night stand with their oldest son. In her defense, it was her first night in town and she didn't realize the rugged and charming man who wooed her into bed was Quincy royalty. Blah, blah, blah. There's a murder that leads to one of Quincy's own. Like a romantic thriller. Cool. Can't wait to read this. I've heard this series is amazing and I've heard this author is just unreal. And I got 2 Lucinda Berry books. I read The Perfect Child and literally so quickly became one of this author's biggest fans. I ended up buying The Secret of Us, which I bought because of my friend Danny. Haven't read that yet. And then I bought Off the Deep End and The Best of Friends. This one I think is about, she gets into a car accident. She thinks she saves her son, but she ends up saving her son's friend, and then finds herself in the center of a massive police investigation when that person, the kid that she saved from this accident, goes missing or ends up dead. I don't know. This one, what is this? The Best of Friends. They were living the dream until it became a nightmare. Best friends Lindsay, Kendra, and Danny endure every parent's nightmare when a tragic accident befalls their teenage boys, leaving one dead, another in a coma, and a third too traumatized to speak. So I am so excited to read both of these. Lucinda Berry is like one of those authors that if I want to read a really messed up book and it's really going to mess with my head, I go to her. So I got 2 more of her books. Now that totals 4 books of hers that I have. This one, I don't know what this is. Thought I had an idea of what it is. Oh, wait. Oh no, this is right. This is The End and Then by Hannah Bird. I actually received an early, actually I didn't get it yet. I am getting an early e-copy of the second book to this, which is What's Left of Me, which is the second book in the series. So this one, The End and Then, one, it says, what do you do when life ends as you know it ends? It's confusing. It says, Eden Ross is trying to figure that out. She starts by packing up the remains of her life and moving to a small town in Colorado to run a bar alongside her best friend, but the work still doesn't provide a sufficient distraction from the demons nipping at her heels. Revelation from an unexpected source rocks her to the core. She's forced to make a decision that will change the course of her life. So, honestly, I don't even know. I love this cover, but I want to read this book before I get the e-copy of the second book so I can read it quickly. So, I'm probably going to add this to the front of my TBR with all the other books I have. It's just a never-ending cycle. If you get it, you get it. Alright, this I'll go to next. This I actually got in PR from Valentine PR. This is The Grim Prince by Ennis Johnson. This is like a wounded warrior meets a small town princess. He'll learn that happily ever after is definitely in his cards. So I think this is some sort of fairy tale retelling. I got this from Valentine PR, so thank you so much for sending this to me. I'm so grateful to get PR. This looks like it's a really quick read too. I hope there's some smut in it. But, oh, yes. It says, once upon a time has never been so hot in this steamy small town where heroes fall hard for modern day damsels who know how to handle their swords. Damn right they do. Oh my god, I didn't see this before. It came with bookmarks. Oh my god, and they have self-care bingo on the back. Thank you, Valentine PR, for sending this to me, and I cannot wait to read this. Now, we are getting into the books that I treated myself to right after my wedding. There's a lot here, so we're gonna go through them quickly, and I already talked about them in my weekly reading vlog. So if you already saw that, you can just skip to the end of this video. Make sure you like it. But yeah, let's go through these quickly. One of the first things, actually this is the last thing I got. I literally went to 2 Barnes & Noble so I could get this. This is the Bunches of Botanicals. It's just a sticker book for my reading journal, but got that. Next I got Small Town Big Magic. It's a diverse coven of witches and enchanted history and an absolute delight of a magical tale. Just a witchy read. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure there's probably some sort of romance in it, but I love this cover and I've heard a lot of people talking about this, so picked this up. Mind you, in this book haul, I did not hold back whatsoever. I had a $200 gift card, Visa gift card that I wanted to use, and you know what? It was after my wedding. I treated myself. So there's a lot of books and I don't care. The next book is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. I've also heard everybody on Book Talk and BookTube talking about this. This is basically this woman agrees to marry a man as long as he doesn't look into her past, but then something happens and she is called back to her home with her family and he starts digging like he said he wouldn't and shit goes crazy. So got this, also very short, so I think I can read that quickly. Before I went to this Barnes & Noble, I was looking on their app to see like what was new, and one of the very first books that I saw was 7 Faceless Saints by M.K. Lobb. It's about fantasy, murder, thriller, and yeah, dark and delicious murder mystery. I literally heard that and I was like, I don't even care what it's about, but if you give me fantasy and murder in the same thing, I'm there for it. So got this. This next book I think I really want to put to the top of my TBR, so that makes 3 books that I want to read in the next couple weeks and or days. This is Guild by Raven Kennedy. This is the first book in the Plated Prisoner series. I've heard this is messed up. And you know what? I'm here for it. So I think I want to start this pretty soon. It says, the myth of King Midas reimagined shows the dark side of greed through the eyes of the woman he gold touched. What? But yeah, so I don't know how many books are in the series, but I'm excited to start this. And I think I will put this to the top of my TBR too. Next is The Fiancé Farce by Alexandria Belflor. It's a steamy sapphic rom-com about a quiet bookseller and a romance novel cover model who agree to a modern day marriage of convenience. Also, this cover, love these dresses, beautiful. This next one's a little strange, but I've been seeing this every time I go to the bookstore, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm finally pulling the plug. Like, I'm treating myself to all these books, I'm just gonna do it. And if I don't like it, guess what? I only have one of the books, so it's fine. This is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. It's basically a alien and human romance, and I'm pretty sure this is pretty steamy, so I cannot wait to read this too. Next, I got the third book in the Get a Life Chloe Brown series, and that is Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. I read Get a Life Chloe Brown and absolutely loved it. Bought the second book intending to read it soon. Did not happen, and then when I decided to do this little haul, I was like, you know what, might as well get the third book and maybe do a reading vlog of it. So you will probably see this soon. Don't judge me on that, don't hold me to that, but I love the series. These are spicier than I thought they were gonna be. When I was reading Get a Life Chloe Brown, I was like, oh, there's probably gonna be some spice, like blah blah blah. It was spicy. Next, I got a mystery thriller. This is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Basically, it's about this husband and wife. The wife is a defense attorney in DC. Her husband is a struggling writer who has had little success in his career. He begins to tire of his and Sarah's relationship as she's constantly working. Adam engages in an affair. That woman in the affair shows up dead, and now his wife has to defend him in her murder. So next, I got the X Talk. It's basically a podcast where these two people pretend to be in a relationship, and then I'm sure it turns to more and it turns into an actual relationship. I love this cover, and I have never read a book about a podcast before, so I'm excited about this. So excited to read this. Next, I got the second book in a series, and I always forget the name of the first book. This book is Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare, and this is What the Hex by Jessica Clare. I loved the first book. I read it in October. Absolutely loved it, so I'm excited to read this one. It is now about Penny, who is the kind of side character. I haven't had my microphone plugged in this entire time. Can't believe I didn't plug in my microphone. God damn it. And I literally have 3 books left. We're gonna have to hope and pray for the best. I got Better Than Fiction by Alexa Martin. I'd be lying if I told you I knew what this is about and didn't just pick it off the cover. Like, how cute is this cover? I like read a quick scan of the back when I picked this out, but I was like, you know what, I like the cover, that's good enough for me. It says, love isn't always by the book in this charming romantic comedy about a bookseller discovering how to be the main character in a story. That's all I know, so we'll read this soon. And lastly, I have 2 books by Lucy Score. I have Forever Never and By a Thread. This is a grumpy sunshine, a grumpy boss romantic comedy, and it says workplace, romance, grumpy sunshine. So excited to read that. I love Lucy Score, and even though these books are thick, they read quickly, so don't be intimidated by them. Forever Never says, you don't fall for your brother's high school sweetheart, your boss's daughter, or your ex-wife's best friend, especially when they're all the same woman. So, excited to read that too. Can't believe I didn't plug my microphone in. I'll take you off here and I'll show you all the books again, and we'll do a recap. Here is a look at all the books I have hauled in the month of April. It's a lot, I know, don't judge. But look at how beautiful they all look together. I literally can't believe I didn't have my freaking microphone plugged in this entire time, so hopefully the audio is okay. But yes, here is me and all the books I've hauled this month. I know it was a lot. Not every month is gonna be like this, but you know what? April, I treated myself. I said, fuck it, I'm treating myself for my wedding. But yeah, if you like this video, please let me know. I can definitely continue to do these. They probably won't be at such a large scale as they were today, but make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you are always notified of my videos, and thanks for watching.